Hello, we're here today in our fully pimped out new cellars here at the Milton Production Facility, and today we're talking about Raison D'Etre, one of our best-selling core beers. It started in 1996 when we started making this at our pub in Rehoboth. I just went in the kitchen and took some raisins, chopped them up, added them to a Belgian brown ale, added some Belgian beet sugar as well, and we use a really spicy, clovey Belgian yeast when we make this. Very different than, say, the yeast we use for 90-minute 60 in shelter. You can see in our cellars, very automated, sterile process on adding yeast. So we make our beer, by hand and add our hops by hand. But when it comes to yeast management, that sterility and efficiency that comes from this new cellar makes for a very clean and predictable batch after batch beer. Raison D'Etre was kind of designed backwards from an ideal of let's make a beer that's a perfect complement to steak. Over a wood grill in our pub in Rehoboth, we do steaks and burgers. So I did a lot of research in the wine world. I'd say this beer has a lot of Bordeaux-like character to it. The grapes kind of mirror what the red wine would contribute. And when we started, we barely made any of this beer. You can see one of our last few tanks from our original production facility in Lewis is now here only holding cleaning solution. But the first time we ever made bottles of Raison D'Etre, they went into that tank, and it took us a whole month to sell that batch of beer, of Raison. This now we make about 20 times what would go into that tank every month of Raison D'Etre. So it's pretty cool to see a beer like this going so far. And that's cleaning acid, it's not a drug.